Hello everybody, welcome to Deluxe Collectibles, and today we're going to be going over LEGO Ninjago's new sort of way that they number the seasons, and how that sort of affects specifically Prime Empire and Master of the Mountain. I thought this would be an interesting topic to discuss because recently LEGO just released a recap trailer for Season 2, quote unquote, and this trailer includes Prime Empire and Master of the Mountain, and it sort of combines them as if they are just one season together, and it's definitely a very interesting choice that I wanted to discuss in this video. Alright, so to get started here, we're going to begin by kind of going over why LEGO started to renumber their seasons in this way, and that started with the Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu Fire and Ice chapters that released, of course, as the fans know it as Season 11, but LEGO actually considers that to be Season 1, and that is because from the LEGO Ninjago title, they actually dropped the subtitle that it originally had, where it said Masters of Spinjitzu, and now it's just known as LEGO Ninjago, and you may have noticed this if you kind of look at the marketing for LEGO Ninjago and the newer seasons that we've received, so it's definitely quite an interesting choice there, and that's kind of why they started to sort of like renumber their seasons. So within LEGO sort of continuity now, of course, like these seasons still do go with, of course, the Masters of Spinjitzu seasons. They're not like just writing those out of history and rebooting Ninjago, but it's just kind of their new way of numbering them here, and I don't know if they're doing it for simplicity's sake of kind of like, here's this new generation for Ninjago here, but it's definitely quite an interesting choice. But nonetheless, the way it affects it here is that Season 11 is known as Season 1, and then originally I think fans thought that Season 12, of course, logically would just be Season 2 then, and then Master of the Mountain would just logically be Season 3, but they actually didn't go that route, which is really interesting. I don't know why they didn't choose to do this, because if you, of course, look at the stories of Prime Empire and Master of the Mountain, I mean, they are not connected in any way. The only thing that's kind of like connecting these two is obviously that the same characters are involved in both of the stories, with, of course, the ninja in Prime Empire and then the ninja in Master of the Mountain, and that's the only thing connecting the two of these. So I don't know why they've sort of just chosen to combine them into a Season 2. I don't think it makes a lot of sense, honestly, and then that would technically make it like one of the biggest Ninjago seasons, because even though, of course, Season like 1, if you want to consider it that, or Season 11, the Secrets of Forbidden Spinjitzu, is like one of the longest Ninjago seasons, because of course it started to use that new format of the 11-minute episodes, but now even with Prime Empire and Master of the Mountain combined, you're getting so many more episodes with that as well, so it's definitely very interesting there, and I don't really love that they are combining the both of those. I still like to kind of go by the fan numbering here, how it's Season 11, Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu, then you have Season 12, Prime Empire, and then on, of course, with Master of the Mountain, Season 13, and then Season 14 is what we come to now with the island, of course, but LEGO has actually released some trailers, and they label it now as Season 3, the island, so very interesting way of just labeling this. I honestly feel like it would technically create more confusion, and I feel like the broad Ninjago audience just kind of go by the actual like fan numbering of the seasons of just doing it like Season 11, 12, 13, and 14. So very interesting choice, and I'll actually be very curious because they combine Prime Empire and Master of the Mountain together, even though they have really no relation whatsoever. So considering it seems like the next season, Season 15 or Season 4, whatever you want to call it, Seabound, of course, the one where it's going to primarily focus on Nia, it seems to be very closely connected story-wise with the island, so I would be very interested if LEGO would wind up actually considering that to be a part of Season 3. I'm kind of interested to find out about that, because it seems like a very similar sort of situation like the Fire and Ice chapters, of course, those are very closely connected with each other, and I think that the same could kind of go for Season 3 and then Season 4 of the island and Seabound, because of course the island is a very small sort of like special, as we've seen it as like a 45-minute thing consisting of 4 episodes that will will be 11 minutes each, of course, and I think that that could wind up tying in very closely with Season 4, Seabound, so I think that they could actually wind up doing that, just calling both of them Season 3. Now, that would be very interesting as well if they did decide to make that choice, but personally, still in my videos, if you're curious to know, I'm still going to refer to them as Season 14, 15, same as Master of the Mountain and Prime Empire, they'll still be known as Season 12 and 13, so I'm not going to kind of adapt to the way that LEGO is doing things because I think it would honestly just create more confusion, so I'm really interested if they'll ever wind up changing this. I don't think they will because, of course, I mean, it's LEGO's brand, of course, they can do whatever they want with it, but I just think that it's kind of creating unnecessary confusion, and I think you could have maybe even just dropped the Masters of Spinjitzu subtitle and just started calling it LEGO Ninjago, and I think that would have just made it clear enough for fans, so I'm not sure, just some very interesting choices behind the scenes that I thought could kind of be fun to discuss within a video, but be sure to let me know your thoughts. What numbering system do you go by? Do you follow the way the LEGO is doing it now with Season 1, 2, and 3, or do you do it the way that the fans do with Season 11, 12, 13, and 14? I'm really curious to hear your thoughts and opinions down below, so be sure to let me know, and if you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and also subscribe as well. It is highly appreciated, so thank you so much. I will see you all next time, and always remember, keep on collecting.